Hello again. I've started doing the cleanup on the engine block, ready for the head to be fitted. With the head off now I can do some jobs around the machine, one of which was the starting engine or pony motor governor. I took the cap off there, the arm which is linked to the carburetor, which regulates load, engine RPM to when you connect the petrol engine by the clutch to the diesel. It's just an engine governor to keep it, make sure you're getting your revs. So it was a bit of a pig to get off actually, because the 4 screws were very tight, and I didn't want to either crack the casing or damage, shear the screws off to, but managed to free it up. This is the, whether this is just flyweights in that pulley which is driven off the starting engine, and that's the little lever there. You can see this lever was solid, absolutely solid. So you can see I've cleaned it up. One of the advantages of the wife not being here today was I could use the cooker gas ring to warm up the casing because I run out of gas for my cutting equipment. So warm the casing up, put lots of release oil, and she should be free like that now. This rod here connects to the carb, so it's all linked together, and that little pawl there goes into it's like a little knob with a groove cut in it into the control governor for the donkey start engine, which at the end of that shaft then you've got the 2 weights which rotates and throws outward centrifugal weights, and this is doing that. Then when you start the starting engine up and you take in load, she's doing that, and she settles down. Then when you increase the engine revs, then she'll make sure this engine speed's mainly constant and not racing away. So this was a bit of a concern actually, this little bit, because of the state of the I expected this to be full of rust actually, and it wasn't. It was just stuck on that shaft there. So with a bit of heat off the gas ring and a good spray with release oil, she is now free now. So the carburetor's been blown out and cleaned. This is the last auxiliary item to be checked. I knew there was a problem with this, but and give it another good soaking now, clean up, make a new gasket, and then she'll be refitted. And sometime over the weekend the cylinder head will be landed on. But that was my major concern, that there's the screws that it actually it's mounted onto the engine like that position. This spring goes off there then, which is mounted onto another bracket which keeps it in one position. So when the engine revs up, it's fighting against the spring, and it's doing that. That's linked to the carburetor, to the butterfly valve in the carburetor, the throttle valve. So it keeps everything constant. The thing is, you've got to be so careful doing these, because if you break any parts, you've got a little job to get hold of them. See, every cat part has a number stamped into it. This one's 3B2089, it looks like. So that's one good thing with the Caterpillar parts, but you've got to remember this machine is 85 years old, so you've got to be a bit gentle with them. It shows the test of time really, the quality of that part alone, the thickness of that casting. You can tell the quality. Today that would probably be made of plastic or some sort of ceramic if you needed it, but here we go. It's all cheap and nasty these days, but next thing now is to give it another dose of release oil, make a gasket up, and then refit this a little pin goes into there with a screws into there, and that bit's done. So when all the little bits to go together, you come up with one big bit that works. So over the next few days now, I'm going to do the fit the cylinder head and sort of rebuild it really. I rebuilt the front, repaired the grille, a bit of rust forming, so I did a couple of coats of yellow. I got to clean the oil cooler up, took that off, and the machine's been standing there a long time really, so you expect these sort of things, but in general she's in good nick. So I refitted that cover from yesterday's job. That should be okay now. There's the oil cooler, just needs a good old wire brush job, just a light wire brush, and get a spray with some paint. I'll clean the front up. You can see that bit there, that's where that little seal goes between the donkey engine and the cylinder head. That's that seal. What I do is I Hylamar this end only and leave it overnight so it goes all nice and hard and it stays in there, and on the other side of it, when before the head goes on, I coat it with a layer of grease and it slides over nicely. So I've seen it on the internet where they're using wedges and God knows what, but I've never done it that way. That's all you're going to do is put some grease on it. See that little arm? See, this is going to be cleaned up. That's the governor. Flyweights are in there, and that's all linked to all the carburetor. So it's a compact little machine when you think of it. But and there's quite a few hours work left on it yet. But as they say, every little bit helps, and I might even whip off the fuel filters, have a look in there, because I changed them long time ago. But this machine has been to a number of the shows, been to Pontypridd Park, it's been to Ronla Heritage Park, it's been to Pencoed, it's been pulling a roller up on the mountain up here locally, some local shows. It's been down to Finnings about 15 years ago. So I think that's it for now. We're gonna see, there's a spring, that's the little spring, and that's the little pin and cotter pin which holds the link to that back of the carburetor there. So she's a very compact tool. This weighs around 3 ton, and we've had a 4-furrow plough behind it. You can pull about the same as that one there. That's a TD6. That's a youngster compared to this. That's 1942, so this is 1938. So, well, that's it for now, and see you next time.